Hi, gang. It's Josh with the Paranormal Past Podcast. Welcome back to another episode. Dalton is still out chasing ghosts, ghouls, and goblins and Bigfoot because that's where he spends most of his time. We're waiting to get that footage back from him, but he hasn't produced it yet, so Bigfoot is yet to be proved. Last time we spoke, we were talking about the New World Order, all the crazy thing that's going on with COVID, how they're going to try to make us have badges and cards to say that we're cured or not, and all that pretty much did was reinforce the idea that 2020 and COVID has been a really crazy year. And today's episode is no different because the CDC just recently announced that a whole bunch of rats have gotten really aggressive in the New York City subway system. That's right. Because of the missing food from all the restaurants being shut down, a lot of rats have turned to cannibalism in order to feed themselves. So it's kind of crazy that, rats look for food anywhere they can find it. They typically go into the dumpsters of restaurants who throw stuff away, and with all the restaurants being closed down, suddenly the food supply for rats dries up. And that means that rats have to find something else to eat, which has been themselves, which is kind of crazy and weird because we don't know what happens when animals go cannibalistic on themselves, and who knows what's going to happen when you have all these rat diseases and the rats are consuming each other, and then it's just like a formula for all kinds of bad to show back up. They're also warning New Yorkers that when they do return to the restaurants, it could be anywhere like New York, Las Vegas, any of these buffets, big places where there's lots of food that gets thrown away, they might see a flood of rats coming in to feed themselves because of all the food that is suddenly there again, which is also kind of creepy because, that's all we need is a bunch of rats attacking us for food. And with this new aggressive behavior, who's to say that these wild things don't turn into the next monster that we have that will end up trying to destroy the entire human race because we took away their food and they started feeding on themselves, and maybe they get sick of eating that and then they try to start eating us because that's what would happen. I'm just waiting for 2020 to crap some other form of horribleness on us, and my worry is it's going to be a bunch of giant rats who have mutated to eat humans because that's what evolution does. But do keep in mind, be careful if you live in the big cities where there's a whole bunch of crazy rats, because as you guys start going back to restaurants, you may see a flood of these vermin showing up. So it's just a reminder to make sure that you dispose of everything properly, that you close all the garbage cans, and you don't allow rodentia in any way to eat up all of your leftover food. Let's also hope there's not some sort of horrible genetic mutation or some sort of nuclear waste they get into where they turn into a bunch of giant rats that want to start eating humans. But again, the CDC reports that cannibalistic rats have been eating each other, and they are becoming increasingly aggressive. So keep your eyes to the sky, keep your nose to the grindstone, look to the ground, and make sure that you don't step on a bunch of cannibalistic rats. I'm Josh for the Paranormal Past Podcast, sharing with you information that is just too scary to be real, but it is. We'll see you guys next time.